There's this game, and the challenge is I start with the maximum size engine that I can start with, and then I'm going to bring it down by half a liter every time I update it. The front tires blew out. Severe issues with wheel spin. Okay, good. That's much better than the tires blew out entirely. Okay, what if we shrink the rear tires a little bit? Okay, what if we shrink them more? Obviously, this is not a family car. Can I? No, I can't, because I can't set it as another target. I guess this is a GT car, clearly. Yeah, there we go. Unpin that. What do we need to do? We need to... Oh, there's a low comfort penalty. Okay. So GT cars, they want them comfortable, though. All right, right now, our biggest issue is understeer, which I'm trying to fix a little bit by making the tires smaller. Okay, so let's make them even small. Oh, that's way too much. Okay, so they need to be 95s. Diameter probably needs to be up to... Oh, okay. Keep that down at 70. Oh no, or 17 rather. The front tires blew out again. Why'd they blow out? Oh, because I shrunk it so it made them smaller. Severe issues with wheel spin. Braking is not right. Okay. So, how can we deal with wheel spin? Can we deal with it at all? If we increase the spacing to 100, that reduces it by barely anything. If we reduce the spacing to 0, does nothing. Okay. This is an absolute ridiculous car and should not exist. So that brings the rear brakes just under, but the front brakes are still gonna be... Gosh, this is hard to do. So now, I have to think to myself, let's just mark this as done and try building a completely different car around this engine, because clearly the Velociraptor is not gonna work. It's not gonna sell at all. I'm gonna go back to the project designer, and by that I mean the Velociraptor. This car is not gonna sell. I mean, at least this one's a complete car, the other one isn't. And at least in these other numbers it does have slightly higher things. Let's go ahead and increase the interior because it needs a comfort bonus. Yeah, comfort is definitely something people are wanting though, so we'll go ahead and make that a little more desirable. Although putting in the radio seems to have dropped us out of affordability. So yeah, we'll leave the radio off. We'll go ahead and have this finish for our first design. Did I spell Velociraptor wrong? Oh well, at least in the beginning of 48 I can make another engine that's smaller and therefore we'll actually have a chance of making things work. Let's go into R&D. Driver assists I care a lot about. So there we go, 3.7 million per month. Gonna go ahead and get some research done as quickly as possible. There's no reason to do anything else right now except have time move forward until we get to 1948. And of course our expenses are going to be quite bad until then. Oh yeah, it is warning us that we're not doing any marketing, so I should probably do that. I'm going to just go to 47 and then we start a marketing campaign. Gosh, that doubled how much money we're spending to do all that marketing. Okay, 1948. Now, with this engine, as a 16 liter, it could go down to, I think, 12 liter, well, 11.5, so I need to make a new 11 liter engine. Oh boy. Now for the 11 liter engine, I think I can go with a V8. Oh, not quite. Not quite. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. I don't want to make another V60. V12. Looks like I have to, though. I want to start with square engines, so we're going to bring this down. Needs to be an 11 liter. Let's get this down to 106. It's going to need to be 105, maybe. No, it need to be 11, so there we go. 105.3. Dual overhead cam 2. We're going to make it have an aluminum head. Probably better. I guess it's going to be another race car then. That sucks. So this is going to be the... What the hell do I call this? Because it's another V12, but it's a smaller... You know what? Small V for a small V12. And this variant's going to be, of course, the 11 liter. Compression definitely needs to go down. I'll try to aim for 8. It's going to be a tool barrel twin carb. I wonder if I could get a eco on it. No. Performance intake, regular leaded. It's gonna need to be richer on the fuel. Ignition timing and RPM are gonna need to come, or the ignition timing is gonna need to go up. The RPM is gonna need to go down. Exhaust is gonna need to go up. Let's go with short cast. Try to make this a little more practical. Okay, things aren't quite as bad this time. Our piston and con rods aren't doing the worst. So let's see if we can quality those up just a bit. Let's go ahead and get this engine running at 40,000, 4,500 as our top end. What if we get the RPM limit back up just a bit? Do we want to reduce compression? Yeah, let's reduce oh, if I reduce compression at all, that breaks that. Okay, let's try 8.2 to 1. Let's try to get the cam profile up. Let's bring that back down to 60 though. Fuel system, what if we make it richer? Oh, 12.9 is the maximum. Too rich. Okay, so 13 is the maximum realistically. Of course, if we bring the ignition timing up, yeah, okay, we can't change the ignition timing by much. So we're gonna need to go back to the top end and reduce can't reduce the compression at all. Okay, we have at least stopped it knocking, but the piston and con rod are not doing okay. So if we lean it out, will that help? Yes, but then it starts knocking again. So let's try bringing the fuel ratio down just a bit. Increase the compression, no. Decrease the compression? Let's try going back to 8, but make the fuel mixture 13. That's gonna say too rich? Yeah. If I increase the ignition timing, that makes it worse. So I can retard the timing. So it looks like I'm going to need to retard the timing to get that to work. Yeah, so I think this is what I'll go with. Obviously need to go to the exhaust, and 423.9, that's basically, we don't need that extra 20. Oh, that's 427, 431, 436, but it starts hurting the pistons and conrods again. Let's go ahead and bring it down to here, give us just a little bit more power. This has that same starts to have a normal sound a little earlier in the RPM range. Well, at least now I have an 11-liter engine, so that should help. Oof, wow. It's gonna take a long time to get to market. I'm gonna lose a lot of money. Alright, I'm gonna click family car, but again, not necessarily aiming for a family car. Considering how long this is gonna take to work, I think a 50s wagon might be our best option, but I'm not sure. Obviously depends on if it'll even fit. Monocoques are good. It's going to be a front longitudinal because that's the only way it would fit. This is for carrying people, not comfort, but I think double wishbone and a semi-trailing arm might be the best combination. I'm not sure though. Let's see. Okay, cannot fit any engine. So, gonna have to go back. Let's try. Why would it fit? That doesn't make any sense. Fuck, that was hard to do. Alright, let's go to the trim designer. Let's make this a convertible this time. Yeah, why not? Give this a... No, that looks terrible. What about just a white? White also looks bad. What about a gray? Gray also looks bad. What about black? That black, I hate it. No flake? Demon black. That's what I'm going to call it. So it'll be a little bit more classy. Maybe that. Yeah, that looks better. We can continue designing the rest of that later. Right now, let's go to the drive chain. We're going to put a 4x4 auto. No, 4x4 4-speed manual, highest top speed, automatic lock. We're going to go with cross-ply because we have to. We're going to go with semi-splits, largest that it'll possibly let me do. Bring this up. Oh, that controls how big the tires are, too. Okay. Let's get these as wide as possible. It's probably going to complain about the... Nope, the clearance is fine. Okay, if I bring these in, is that going to fuck with my wheels? No. That looks better. Because it just wasn't working. Alright, minimum brakes. No bias. Yeah, we're going to give these 70s. I think that's what I used before. I don't remember. I also just realized that I don't know what I'm calling this. Oh well. Little bit of cooling, little bit of brakes. We want a manual soft top. We want high quality, low bench. Yeah, I'm gonna go with standard. And we're gonna go with premium. And I think this time I'll go with a premium radio as well. Hell yeah. Driver aids and safety, no. We're gonna go with advanced 40s is what I think we had before. Oh hey, look at that. This is a better GT car. But it's better convertible sport in terms of competitiveness, so I'll put that at the top. What happens if we... Yeah, that actually makes it worse. 498? 501. Hell yeah. Alright, what do you complain about? Strong understeer and severe wheel spin. Front dampers and rear dampers are hard, so we'll go ahead and take one off of both of those. Wait, did that decrease our sportiness? Yeah, it did, so I'm going to leave them hard. That's fine. You want higher ride height? Nope. What about a lower ride height? Yeah. Okay, that's the peak right there. Give it a little bit of quality. Nope. A little bit less quality? Nope. We want that right on. Let's get the rear brakes up. Pad type, let's go ahead and get the pad type up to 80. Let's bias the brakes. 60-40. Let's get these up a bit more. And we'll get this up to 85. Okay, we're gonna get like max size on here. Yeah, we're gonna need max size on there. And they're about even, so let's get the pad type even higher. It's still not great brake load, but it'll have to do. I guess I do want to get brakes better, because it turns out that actually does matter in this case. Up till now when I've been playing this, the brake size hasn't helped. Okay, that forces the wheels smaller, so we don't want that. So we want these to be as big as possible. Little bit less quality helps in this case. What about the drivetrain? The drivetrain, let's see. No, they want that top speed there. A lot less wheel spin now, so that's good. Yeah, looks like we're pretty much done, other than fixtures, obviously. I don't know what we're gonna call this. The V12 Sport. The Sport V12. That's a terrible name. I'm gonna call it the Elevation. The Elevation Sport 12. It's the best car you'll ever need. Like, for some reason, the way this car looks, I just feel like having any indicators on the side. Yeah, this is the photograph angle, right? When they advertise it, they advertise it from right here. And it's going to have the rear plate nice and high between the lights. Beautiful. Because it's the Sport 12. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so I'll make another one of those. Beautiful. Alright. Okay, so it looks like our second car is also going to be a financial failure. And I tried to gear it for more production, so that's not going to be great. Well, here goes nothing. It's going to take even longer to come out than the first car. Oh no. Now I have nothing to do but wait for another 2 years till the 50s. Produced more models than made already. Let's go ahead and set the target stock to 9 months, and then once we reach that, we'll have to shut it down.